Hey everyone! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mariah if this is your first time here. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get a full coverage foundation that is going to last all day, not budge and cover up anything that you have on your face. I get so many questions on how I achieve a flawless base that looks smooth, that doesn't budge through sweat, humidity, water, anything. And today I'm going to be sharing my secrets and my tips for you guys. Just a disclaimer, this is not for the girl that loves to put on a little BB cream and walk out the door. This is a full coverage look. So if you want to cover up everything on your face, keep it all day, lasting all day, no smudges, this is it. Also remember, when I have a full beat like this, I'm not touching my face. So the oils on my fingers are not separating any of the powders, any of the foundation, any of the products. So always keep in mind, try to remember not to touch your face too much when you do a full face of makeup, because that will definitely remove some of it. So this routine is for the people who want that full coverage glam. Not even glam, it could be an everyday like this. I always get questions on how do you make your foundation look like you're not sweating? How do you get rid of those oils? How do you keep it lasting all day? I'm going to show you all of that. I'm going to tell you how I get it done and share all my secrets. So if you want to know my secrets on how I keep my base looking flawless and covering up everything, then just keep on watching. First things first, I do not believe in primers. I think primers are a social experiment. They are a social construct because I think the top two products to having a flawless base and a base that's going to last all day long is setting powder and setting spray. Primer, I think, is just something that brands come up with to make more money, because I never use primer and I always achieve a flawless base that lasts all day long. Instead of priming, what's really important is moisturizing. You still want your skin to be hydrated, to be moisturized, to be ready to go for a flawless base. So I always moisturize, I just never prime. So know that. To moisturize, I've been using the Garnier SkinActive Moisture Rescue Refreshing Gel Cream. As normal combo skin, I put this on in the morning before I apply my makeup, and I also put it on at night after I clean my face and want to moisturize. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on my skin to get that moisture back in there and quench the thirst. Now my face is gonna be pretty moisturized and a little wet-ish. So I'm not going to apply right away. I'm going to wait a little bit for it to dry down, so I'm not putting product right on top of this face and then the product's going to move around and not look cute. So you want to let this dry down a little bit, settle into your skin before you start applying your liquid foundation over it. Okay, now if you're someone who has blemishes, spots in your face, my next thing that I love to do is color correct. I have dark circles under my eyes. Those are hereditary. They're never going away. So I use the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the peach color, and I just put a little bit under my eye, just a little. Now using a brush, I just blend it all in. And this is just to color correct so I don't have any dark shadows coming through my foundation, my concealer. I put a very sheer layer on. I don't put too much because then it's going to mix within my foundation and it's going to turn my foundation a peach color, and we don't want that. So I just put a little bit, just enough to cover up a little bit. And now we're ready for foundation. So for foundation, I have a few different options. For drugstore foundations, I absolutely love the L'Oreal Infallible. This is like my go-to. Amazing. I also love the Maybelline Fit Me, a bit cheaper option, really, really good. And I also love the Maybelline Superstay. That's also really good. But for like total full coverage, the Maybelline Infallible, this will give you full coverage at a drugstore price. For something a little bit more higher end, I really love the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Foundation. It is matte, but I did moisturize my skin, so it's not going to be too drying on my skin. If you have dry skin already, this foundation is not for you because it's going to be a little bit more drying. So you want to find the foundation that is good for you and your skin type. For me, this works. It might not work for you, so just make sure that you're finding products that work for your skin. Now that I put the foundation on my face, oh my god, it's dripping. I just go in with my Morphe foundation brush and I just buff this into my skin. Make sure to get that neck. Always do the double chin test and make sure that it is blended. Alright, so now my foundation is laid, but we still don't have full coverage. You see my bags. It's just not giving me the full coverage fantasy that I desire. Something that is really key, as I had mentioned before, is setting spray. I love the Morphe setting spray. This one just happens to be the collaboration they did with Jeffree Star, which is just a strawberry scent. The Morphe setting spray is really affordable. It's amazing. If you want something a little bit more high-end, Urban Decay All Nighter Spray is really good. Also, another drugstore option is the NYX setting spray. That one's good. It's just a little bit smaller. So using this, I'm just going to spray my face after applying my foundation and use a beauty blender to pack it all in to really make sure that it's locking in my foundation. This smells so good. Now I'm just going to go in, make sure that everything is blended out, and really pushing in the setting spray into my foundation so it will last all day long. Now the next step is concealer. This is a huge step for me. Concealer is super, super important. So lately I have been loving the Benefit Cakeless concealer. I did a full review on it. I'll leave it up here if you want to see it. I absolutely love this concealer. I highly, highly recommend it. It's full coverage, not cakey, covers up my circles. It's absolutely amazing. Some other options that I really love is the Fenty Beauty concealer. This one is amazing, a little bit more on the natural side, color corrects my under eyes. It's absolutely amazing. And then for drugstore, I really love the Maybelline Age Rewind, the OG, and I love the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour concealer that matches the foundation. So today I'm going to be going in with the Benefit Cakeless. Looks just like this, and I am going to put it under my eyes. Now I'm going to let it sit for a little bit so it dries down a little bit, gives you more of a fuller coverage. I don't want to blend it out right away. It'll be too liquidy. It'll just move around. I want it to sit on my face for a little bit, dry a little bit, so then I can blend it in and it will give me that full coverage. Okay, so now that I've waited a little bit, I'm just going to blend. I'm going to put it over my eyes as well. And I usually go in with a second layer just because it makes me feel more comfortable, makes me feel like I'm really secure in her. And I'll just go in with a second layer. Okay, now that the concealer is blended in, we have that full coverage. And now we have to move quickly because the next part is the next most important, probably the most important to having a full coverage look, and that is setting powder. So the OG amazing setting powder is Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder. Amazing. It's a little bit more on the pricey side, so if you can't afford this, I understand. I can't always afford this. So a good alternative is the Coty Airspun powder. It looks just like this. It does have a scent to it. If you don't like scents, probably isn't for you. I would give you the option of the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Setting Powder, and that one comes in your color. This one has a scent. You kind of get over it after a while, but if some people are sensitive to scents, then don't even bother with this one. Today I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. I just pour it into the lid, about like that much. Using my beauty sponge, I dip it. And you always want to put your head down, blend out the creases, and then set. And I really set her because my under eyes are the most important. Set above my eye as well. I just kind of lightly set the rest of my face. Not too much like I do under my eyes. The under eyes is most important to me. But you do want to set the rest of your face because that's what's going to keep your foundation in all day. Now, if you have certain areas that you know you get more oily, if you know that around your nose you get more oily or right here you get really oily, make sure you set those areas extra, okay? You want to set. Also, by using a translucent powder, what that means is that it's going to take the color of your skin, so you don't have to worry about that white flashback. If you're using a white powder, that's what's going to give you that flashback. Now that my powder is all set, just using a brush, I'm just going to brush away any excess. And to make sure that that is all super set, I am going to go back in again with my setting powder and my sponge, and I'm going to make sure that that is all set in place. The setting spray also gets rid of that powdery look that you might have, so you definitely want to use that, especially after powdering, if you don't want to have that powder cakey look to your skin. And you also want to, after you spray your face, you also want to blend it in quickly, because if there are any water droplets that get onto your face from the spray, if it stays for too long, it'll leave a permanent mark on your makeup. So you want to spray it and then quickly blend it all in so we don't have any water droplet marks on our face. Right, so now the foundation is set, we can continue with the rest of our face makeup. So the next step that I love to do is bronze my face. I don't usually contour too much, I usually bronze. So I go in with the Morphe contour palette, and this is in 8L. I just go in with these two shades on a big fluffy brush. Now I'm going to go in with some blush. I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Afterglow 8-Hour Powder Blush in the shade Fetish. You just smile. Now we're going to go in with highlighter, and this is my Becca Champagne Pop. It's hanging on by a thread. Okay? It's like breaking apart, but we still love her. We're still going to use her. And I'm just going to highlight. Alright, so now that all of our face makeup is finally done, we're going to go in with setting spray one last time, I promise, and this will really set everything that we've put on. Okay, and we are done with our base. Okay guys, so that is it for the completed look on how to get a full coverage, long-lasting foundation. I hope this was super helpful for you guys. I get so many questions on this all the time. If you have any more questions, leave them down below. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you are notified every single time that I post a new video. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!